People who don't like me don't stop my praise. The enemy is doing the absolute best he can to discourage you and to whip you to make you feel like you're not gonna make it to your next. Do I have a witness in here? Because you don't need to be around somebody that's intimidated about your future. You don't need to be sitting by somebody that's jealous of what God's getting ready to do. If you are discouraged that yoke tonight has been broken, I come tonight with a prophetic declaration that there is nothing that shall be able to stop you from getting to the place that God has ordained for you to be. Whatever is standing before you, it has no power. Tell them you are unstoppable. You're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. People who don't.
Good night, family. Good night, one. Good night, all. I'm seeing persons saying, I love the intro, love the intro, love the intro. I told you I was going to change it. Yeah, I tell you, say, I'm going to come with something different. But no matter what I come with, it's always going to tell you that you're unstoppable. No matter what the intro is, it's always going to have that message that you need to remember that you're unstoppable. No matter what you go through in a life, nothing can stop you. No matter when you feel down, nothing can stop you. No matter if you feel discouraged, nothing can stop you. All when you feel a little bit undermotivated, nothing can stop you. And guess what? You have to believe. You have to first believe that you're unstoppable, you know. You see, the name unstoppable is not just a name. It's a movement. And it's very powerful, right? But the only way it's powerful is if you believe that you are unstoppable. So family, yeah, brand new intro. We're going to be working with that one for a while until the time comes again for me to change it to another powerful intro again. All right. I'm seeing all the regulars here tonight checking in for another show. Tonight is Wednesday night. So obviously, you know, tonight is a show night. All right. Now, I'm seeing persons saying, is this a repeat? Because I've seen a story like this already on the platform. And yes, and even I myself, I ran across that one earlier that actually has the same title, Uncle and Father. And I was like, similar story, you know. But no, it's not a repeat. It's a lady that's here wanting to share her version of what transpired in her life. Now, this is just another example to show you how many persons out there has been victimized, traumatized, abused by the people who are supposed to love and protect them. We're going to take a look at what tonight's topic is, family. And it says, my mother's husband, my uncle, and also my brother all molested me. Now, I use molested because of, you know, the social media platforms that we're streaming to. But it went deeper than molestation, you know, according to what the caller shared with me tonight. You know, but I just use molested to keep it a little bit sociable, if you understand what I'm saying, because we know how them platform are too red flag way. All right. So read between the lines, family. So tonight's program is one of those programs that's truly sad. We've heard many of those on the platform before, and it's one of those tonight. Now, before I introduce the guest, I want to ask everyone who is here right now to please be understanding, because she shared with me that other than talking to me off ear, tonight will be her second time ever talking about this situation. So technically, it's her first time ever telling anyone about it. So I basically had to ask her to build up the courage, because she's nervous about sharing it, as you can understand. So I want all the family members here right now who's listening to please be understanding and, help the caller to be comfortable enough to share her situation tonight. And after she has completed sharing her experience, which is a horrible one, I'm going to open the phone lines so that the family members can call in and give her a positive word, because I'm quite sure she will be needing to hear a positive word from you all tonight. All right? So I'm not going to delay anymore. I'm going to jump right into it. But before I introduce the guest to tonight's program, I want to ask everyone here to please remember the rules of the platform. We are never, ever allowed to ridicule the guest. You're never, ever allowed to call my guest names like fool, dunce, idiot, yame, jackass, nothing like that. However, your opinions are always welcomed, as long as you keep it respectful. All right? Thank you. With that said, let's get the guest on the program. Carla, good night again. Thank you for being here with me.
Good night.
Now,
Good night, everyone.
I know you could have heard me, basically giving them a rundown that you told me that this is your first time actually speaking out about this situation. And
Yes.
it's not easy for you, as far as you expressed it to me, that it's not easy for you to talk about. So
No.
if you need to take a break in between, to take a breath and, relax, you're free to do
I'm
that.
going to break down some part of it.
That is totally fine as well. If you feel the need that you need to shed a tear, we understand, right? That is a part of your healing as well. All right? So no need to be nervous, no need to be scared. You can talk to us. All right? So I'm going to give you the platform right now so that you can share what's on your mind. Go right ahead.
Okay. My story started like this from my early childhood days. Living in the country with my grandmother. My mother left me with my grandmother, and I was 1 month after she left me with my grandma. I didn't know my mother, so I was living with I grew up with my grandmother going church and everything. So I'm there growing up to be a little girl going school. Started all age school. Those time was all age school. So I started school. Lo and behold, yeah, I have a uncle living nearby. He come to the house at all time. Then finally he started doing some touching. Yes, I don't know nothing about those things or whatever. I don't know nothing. I just grew to be a little quiet, shy little girl. So he started touching Then the touching reached further. I said I was going to talk, and he threatened me still say, if I talk whatever he would do to me. So I didn't say nothing. He continued. Yeah, I was still going school, but I was quiet. Nobody knew why I was so quiet, but I was quiet because of what was happening to me. I didn't talk, but I was a wedding little girl. I do things. My father was living nearby. My father didn't care about me. I should say that. So I'm going school, same going school. Uncle still coming around. Oh boy,
Now, just for the viewers to
it
get an
happened.
understanding, your uncle was an adult uncle, correct?
Yeah, yeah, man, big man, adult, big man,
Okay, and you
big man.
were you were how old, if you can remember?
Um, I was going school, so maybe I was about 10 or whatever in a dot age group. I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Okay,
I think I was 8 because I was still in school.
okay.
Big, yeah. So I just get fed up of it, and I decided I was going to run away. I don't know where I was going because I don't know nowhere, but I just packed and get on a bus one early morning, and it was going till I get off the bus. I didn't know. First, I run away and I hide, and I didn't know my family were looking for me, but I made it to the bus, and I didn't know. When I go, after 24 hours, they're gonna put out say you're missing and whatever, whatever. That's what happened. It happened as the bus stopped somewhere, and somebody saw me, and there I was to the police station. That's when I see my mother now. 'Cause my mother was living abroad when I was smaller. But getting big, I didn't see my mother. The first time I met her when she come from abroad, I was about 8 years old. They introduced her as my mother. Mm, She took things for me, that's all. So when they did that now, they decided they was going to put me in some government place and whatever. Okay. It happened that at the court, my mother was there, my father was there. And then I get to know why my mother hated me. I wanted to give my side why I run away. They didn't want, I couldn't make because I was under here. They said I couldn't say nothing. So okay, that part didn't talk. I didn't get to talk that part. So my mother now said the reason why she really don't int with me is because I wasn't to be born because my father raped her. She had a child before me, for my father. So and she never ready for another one. And my father raped her. That's what she said. I said, and she said every time she look at me, she see my father. So she can bear to see the sight of me. That's why she don't have nothing to do with me. Oh boy. Well, the for me not to stay in the government place, they have to decide to take me. So my mother said, okay, she's gonna take me. That's the first time I'm gonna live with my mother. Yeah, she take me to wherever she live, town where. So she said, she before she went there, she to put down to say to me, say, when you go, anybody asks you any question, said no, I'm not your mother. That time she married, she married. So I said, okay, okay, you never support me. Yes, I went to live with my mother. When I went to live with my mother, she was supposed to send me to school. She didn't. I was there working in the shop and washing clothes and doing all that stuff. it was time for me to go to secondary school. So being there now, I happened to be asleep. My mother go to church at night. I was sleeping one night and I felt a warmth on my leg. I sleep in shorts, and that my mother said to me, said, "You're little. When you go into bed, you must sleep in a shorts. Never leave your shorts." I didn't know what she meant by that, but I always sleep in shorts. So I felt this warmth on my leg under my clothes. So I opened my eyes. I saw somebody lying flat at the bed. So in the morning when I wake up, I said, that was my stepfather, you know. I said to him, "What were you doing by my bed? What were doing under my clothes?" "No, no, no. You're telling a lie on me. No, no, no. I was looking for something under the bed." I said, "No, I'm no fool. I'm gonna tell my mother. If you tell, I'm going to let you send you away 'cause I know what to do." I said, "Okay." But I promised to tell her. The night now, I don't know what he tell my mother, but while I was sleeping, I felt I get a leak in my sleep. So I wake up to it, and my mother was angry and said, "Why did you take my money? Why did you take my money?" I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He said, "Yes, you take my money. See the money here? I was missing my money all the time." I said, "No, I could never be doing that. I don't go nowhere. So why would I take your money?" So my stepfather said to her, "Send her back a country. Don't make she stay here. Send her back." He said that no because he know what he has done. I didn't want me to say, so that's what the plan is set for me. That, but I knew that he was the one coming into the shop every evening to take out the money. So I know all of that about it. But he put that all on me now because my mother was missing things and she wasn't saying anything. Now he said, "It's me." Okay. She put me on a bus, send me back home. Go to my grandmother. I told my grandmother about that. My remark, my grandmother said, "That man want everybody in the family." I said, "Really?" And she asked me, said, "Did he do nothing?" Said, "No, he didn't do nothing." Well, what, but there now, I started go to, my auntie sent me to a secondary school. Yeah, I feel good now because I'm going to school because I tell the truth, I wasn't going to school all the time, but I was a bright kid. So my grandmother, I started school. I was doing so well in agriculture. The teacher wanted me to do a course in it. So my father was still there. I don't really think I don't go with him. He didn't support me. And I always wonder why my father didn't support me or whatever. So I don't talk to him. But it happened that I had to talk to him. I come home and I had was to go on a trip to do a test to go to agriculture school. I went to him for the money. He said he don't have no money because now give me nothing because me not do nothing for him. My God. I said, yeah, this is it. And from there, I didn't graduate. I didn't take exam. Nothing. Nobody cared for me. So I was sitting at home till I look at job. I didn't talk about my abuse auntie.
No, not yet.
She used to abuse me so badly. I talk to guys. I'm not going to. I'm in no relationship because they always treat me. If you get greedy, me a pack you and put you out the road or whatever. The way how what happened to me being with a man scared me, and I was young, so I just talk to people, just talk. And if she sees that, I will get beaten for that. My last beating, I was 17 years old. I started a job. When I started the job, that's where my father stepped in. My father said to me, it's time for you to leave this parish and go to your brother. I feel good now. I say, yes, I want to leave here because no, sir, I'm not getting no love, no good treatment, nothing at all. Me want to live it through. So instead, if I care some of my things, them come at him. That me did. So my second runaway was that. So those time I was writing letter, So me, I was working. Me write the letter to him, and he said, yes, must come. Yeah, I know Kingston well because I was living there with my mother. So my mother used to send me go market, go buy things for the place and whatever. I could do those things, move around. So,
And this was an older
and
brother?
yeah, my father's first son,
Hmm.
not my mother's son.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Hmm?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, the morning come now for me. I didn't say after I get big enough, my uncle didn't trouble me again. From I come from my mother and come back there, nothing like that never happened. He talked to me so good, and it never trouble me again. So I forget that I kind of put that behind my mind all along. No talk about it, just like things never happen or whatever. That's what I did. So go to my brother now. I said, yeah, life will go be better. Get somebody who really care about me. Huh? Yeah, then say jump out of frying pan, jump in a fire.
Hmm.
That's exactly what I get into. While asleep one night, my sister-in-law was there. He's a married man, have children too. I felt this weight. So I opened my eyes and I said, what you doing? He said, Shaman, me love you. And so me say, you're my brother. He said, no, I'm not sure about that. He said, yeah, we are the same father. He said, no, remember, my father disowned you because your mother, he says, another man or whatever. So that's why my father never support you because he believe you are not his. And he said, no, I'm the only one on the dead stamp of my father. That's why my mother never liked me. He said, no, sir. And he said, whatever, it's okay. That in place. Me, I go through that. I go through that, and at the same time, me, I look a run away again.
So all this was happening
Because
while his wife was around, because you say he's married with children and all of that, right?
it's happened when his wife loves to go out at night and go to visit her parents in the evening. So that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
That will happen when, say, I'm alone.
So when he came on to you that time, when you say you felt him and you stopped him and say, hey, you're my brother, whatever, did he actually proceed to do it, or he stopped?
Yeah, yeah, I cried that night.
Hmm.
I cried. Say, you're not doing anything wrong. I said, you're my brother. You love me. You always said you love me. Your little sister. So why are you doing it? He said, it's nothing wrong. It's okay. All this time, I thought my brother loved me. I don't know. if I should have tell my sister-in-law or whatever, me no know, but me never talk.
How long did that
Keep that
carry
as a
on?
secret.
How long did that carry on for?
Never, it didn't carry on for long because it pushed me to find a boyfriend, talk to somebody, but not having sex. Because to me, I couldn't have do that to nobody because I no no me scam my body or whatever. Me never want have nothing to do to nobody. So I pray while living there. My father wrote me and said, "Oh, you know that your mother died." I said, "Really?" He said, "Don't come to the funeral." I said, "No, I don't have a mother. My mother didn't love me, and I didn't do my mother nothing. And I carry that in my heart for all the years of my life. Every time Mother's Day, I cry. I said, Mom, I have one thing question to ask. If only I could ask you. And you did not love me." My mother hated me. My mother said she even dead. Never come at the funeral. Disband me. I'm her second child. She disband me just because of her husband. I never call her mommy. I never say mother. Nothing. Because she said I should not say that. Because she didn't want the man to know. And I think that's the reason why that man want to come on to me. Because my mother never tell him that I was her daughter.
So who did she tell
I
her?
don't know what she tell him.
Who did she? Oh, okay. Because that's what I was
I
about to
don't know.
ask you. Who she told him that
I
you
don't
are
know
to
what
her?
she said, but that man didn't know. That man didn't know that she has two children before he met her.
Hmm.
So while living at my brother, my mother passed him past the tender age. Yeah, that man makes you die still stress. She she had to run away and live overseas, but she's she couldn't take the pressure. She died very young. So well, my brother now, it's happened that my sister and I couldn't get along. So I wanted to leave. So there were this thing going around about pen pal and if you want to meet somebody. I said, man, trust me, I want to leave this place. If if me could have just find somewhere to go. Yeah. Yeah, I met somebody and I met the person. I come down to we talk online, we talk at house phone, so we talk and write letters and then there's something for a long while till he said they finally meet. We meet in Kingston and spend the week. I was big that time, you know. I was about in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
As when I came to live with him, I was 26 going to 27. Yeah. That and that's yeah, he come to meet his parents and whatever. I'm a big man. So he's soon 30. I think he was 2 years older than me that time, yeah. So I met him now. I said, yeah, this is my time to leave this place. Yeah, I pack and I leave. First when I came to where he was living, I didn't stay. Just spend a week and go back. Then he said, come live with him or we start make life and whatever. Yeah. said, yes, this is my way out now. I think I'm going to make life and enjoy life. Because my childhood, So I come to live with him till I get pregnant. I got pregnant when I was about 30. That was the downhill when I get pregnant. This man said, oh, I can't get anybody pregnant. It's not his child. I said, Father, not me again. Not this. And I never give up. I'm a trying person. So I work. I work. Work. And that's the time I get to find out what type of person he was. Abusive. That man would curse me. That man would hit me for no reason at all. I never used to go out. I don't party. I don't know nothing about party. My grandmother was a Christian. I used to go to church every night, every day with her. I don't go party. I know I'm big. I don't go party. But living with a man, and I wanted to leave, but I had my child. One at the time, tell the truth, when that man cheat me so bad, my intention was, my last straw was to commit suicide. I get up the morning, I have a brother in the States that won that before me. I text him and said, bro, this is it. I give up now. I'm gonna take my life. That's what I text. I can't manage no more. I think that was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And he texts me back and he says, sis, put your child in front of you. Remember him. What is going to happen when you're gone? I think those words changed my mind. Yeah, because I was going to commit suicide. I tell myself, nobody loved me. Nobody cared for me. Nobody. Family, nobody. Man, nobody. I give up. But my brother takes change my mind. When my child was 3 years old, my back, I said, I'm running away I'm leaving this time again. And I look back at him and with tears, I couldn't do it. Moreover, I hear this voice said, where you going? Soon get big. Don't worry, everything will be over. And that voice changed me. I never go. And I live under that condition. I can't tell you how much years. A lot of years. I sent my child to school, work 2, 3 jobs. I wash clothes, 2 days work. I clean places, do a lot of hard jobs. Yeah, I sent him to school. I know I get help with him. Get a lot of help. Yeah, because I wanted to give my child what I didn't get. So I give him all the love that my father and my mother never give him. And I give him my education. Yes, I did that. That man there, that man not do nothing at all in a work. I mean, never know say, man, somebody when I love work. Work at all, and me. I send him, my child to school. He got subject to 7, did 8 and get 7. Never stop from school. I go without anything I need. I make sure he has something, and I do without. Yeah, and I go through that abuse with that man. But you know the best part of it? His family was my strength, especially his mother. His mother stood by me. Enough time we didn't have nothing to eat. She never make me hungry. Yeah, you can find some good mother-in-law. Well, she had the one, the worst one of them. She never make me any hungry. You understand? Yeah, my child graduated. I send him through college. I get help from the family. I send him through college. And he finished college. He tell me what he wanted to do. Said, you know me have the money. So help yourself. And me see what me can do. Yeah, he went and he worked. Why is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm proud. I'm the proud mother. No. And yeah, if you wanted to know, I leave that man 8 years ago now. 8 years ago. And that part, I'm happy. But the other part, I didn't know why I stay in all those, doing, I don't know why I put up with all those things so many years and all of my life. If callers want to know, I'm in my 50s.
Mm-hmm.
All of my life I've wasted. But thank God I'm still alive. I've been through it all. No love. Still no love. My family, we don't really get along now. We don't really get along, but I have good people around me. Yeah. I'm a stranger here, but I have good people. Type of person I am. I'm really helpful. So I have good people around me who are not family, that are my family, but they don't know my story. They only know my story that happened here,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know my past.
Let me.
And huh?
You had
What you were saying?
you mentioned that your mother passed away some time ago. Before she passed away, did you ever get the opportunity to ask her why she treated you the way she treated you and why she hated you? Did she ever apologize to you for the way she treated you?
No. From my mother send me back to the country. I've never met her eyes on her. Never, 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 never lay eyes on her. That's the last time I see her. Remember, she said she don't want to see me. She don't want to have nothing to do with me. And I said, maybe if I was the person I am today, I would put the effort to find out. Like when she passed and I get to realize, oh, this thing was haunting me. Why? Why, mom? Why? Why you hated me? Question I wanted to answer. I always wanted, when especially Mother's Day, when our birthday come around, especially Mother's Day, I cry. I said, Mom, if you're hearing me, why? Why? I didn't do nothing wrong. Why did you hate me? Why did you abandon me? I needed love. You didn't give me no love.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother didn't have the time to. Anything I know is what I read. I was a good reader. I read. Nobody showing me love or whatever. No aunt, nobody at all. Nobody. I know, I say my uncle and I still talk. And I wondered to myself, and I said, I wonder if he no really remember what he used to do to me when I was small. And I wanted to say to him at all time, but I can't get the courage to say to him, say, why did you did what you did to me? I can't find the courage to do that. Neither, none of them. We just can't find it. We do it. We say to ask them why. Why? I'm your niece. I'm your sister. Why?
The viewers want to know if you ever got any kind of therapy for the trauma that you went through.
No, as I tell you, I talked to you already about it. This is the second time. Nobody don't know. My child don't know my past from my childhood days. He don't know. Nobody know. Nobody. Nobody know. I kept that to myself. I kind of put the abuse part that my uncle and my brother did. When I know, I put it a place back in my mind. That's what I tell myself. I don't think about it. I try not to think about it, but at the same time, sometimes it popped up and I ask me question why those things happen to me.
Mm-hmm. You ever thought of at least trying to seek some therapy? Because obviously, this is still something that is bothering you, despite it being many years ago that it happened.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Never tried. I talked to the Lord and my mother. I cannot talk to my mother, so I talk to the God and I said, God, if I did my mother wrong, please forgive me. I was just a child. So anything anybody have done me, if I am wrong, please forgive me. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to open the phone lines right now, family. If you want to call in right now and give this guest tonight a positive word, I'm quite sure she could use it. All right. So the phone line is now open, 754-317-5747. We're going to keep the call-ins short because I'm quite sure a lot of persons want to say something to this caller tonight. So we won't keep any one person on the line too long. All right. WhatsApp only, 754-317-5747. All right. Let's hear what the first caller has to say. Derek, welcome, brother.
So shout out and respect due to me, friend Unstoppable Live. How are you, sir?
I'm good, bro.
All right. Um, this is to the caller. One of the things of I've been knowing Unstoppable for about a little bit over a year, and he often brings up women who have been abused. And I'm just a trend type of guy. So every story is unique. So this is not to, shade your story. But the one recurring thing I always see is that the fathers are never around. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and Unstoppable, I've told us the Unstoppable many times. I'm ready to go to jail for mine. You touch my daughter, somebody gonna die. Simple and plain. And I didn't hear nobody come to your defense. And, I didn't see that. And I think this is a problem with a lot of that stuff. If we had more men to be in the picture, a lot of this stuff would go the way of the dodo bird. And so my heart goes out to you. But I put in the chat a few moments ago is that the victim typically is victimized twice. The people who did it to you, and then I've heard you for the last 5-10 minutes. God, what did I do? God, what did I do? You ain't do nothing. You ain't do nothing but be born. And it was these mongrels that did something to you. And so those people should be taken out into the public square. In Mississippi, we call them woke parties. They should be strung up, simple and plain. You ain't do nothing. So caller, I often say to women when I call in Unstoppable, I would tell you as well, man, you dry your tears, man. You ain't do nothing but be born. And the people who did it should be asking for forgiveness from you. And you don't owe them a damn thing. They should be strung up by the neck until dead. It's as simple as that, ma'am. So again, as a man, my heart goes out to you, but you should not ask God what you did wrong, because you ain't do nothing wrong. And my last point, Unstoppable, shout out to Clean Coochie by Chrissy. She has said that she had a similar problem, but she yelled out, and unfortunately she was, once again, the mama beat her for talking. I just don't get that. The mama beat her for talking, but she got up out her shit. So I just would never understand these mothers. They can't possibly be mothers. How you gonna be a mama and you gonna beat your daughter for telling that somebody's trying to violate you? Like I said, I'm ready to go to jail for mine. You just want to protect it. This is simple as that. But don't be asking God what you did wrong. They fucked up. Excuse my language, Unstoppable. They messed up, not you. So you dry your tears and you go on and live on. I understand. I think if I understood you correctly, you said you had a child and you said you want to pour all the love into the child, as you should. I wouldn't expect nothing less from you. Your job is to break the cycle. So again, you dry your tears, young lady. You take care of yourself. Unstoppable. Thank you for taking my call and be blessed. All right.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Blessings.
All right. Salute.
All right, let's take another call. All right, Felicia, thank you so much for sending in a PayPal contribution. I do appreciate it. Caller, good night. You're live.
Yes, Unstoppable.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good night. Good night, Unstoppable family. I am listening to the caller, and I'm telling her, just keep on doing what you're doing. I know I can feel her pain. I am going to tell you my age. I'm 61 years old. This happened to me when I was 11 until I was 13. When I took it into my own hand and told my uncle, if you come at me one more time to do what you're doing, I will kill you. And I never tell anyone it was happening to me until I was in my 40s. And it was not him who denied it. It was his children calling me all sort of name. I said, my dears, you were not even born when this was happening to me. And the challenge is for you to come and tell me before my face. But I know what she's going through. A lot of us grew up in that trauma.
She can hear you. Now speak to her directly. She can hear you.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
My mother did not defend me. My mother sent me a message to tell me as long as she lived and she's alive. My father is the same thing. As long as they live, they don't have a child. They were the ones who go out in a teenage to get pregnant at 16 and 18 with me. And now they're telling me in their 80s and 90s, they don't have a child. I love myself. I was the one who prayed to God, like you're doing, my dear caller, to God to heal me of the trauma that I went through. And I make one pledge in my life for what I went through at 11 through 13 with my uncle. I will kill somebody for my four daughters. And I took it on
Mm.
myself at 13 to tell my uncle, if you come one more time and lay your body and penetrate me the way you penetrate me and hurt me, take away something that when I grew up and married, I realized it was something so sacred that was taken from me. I said, I will kill you. So I don't know if you have a son or daughter, but protect that child you have. They will never. It is very sad that we who it happened to, because it happened to me, will remember, but they tend to forget. I don't know if it's guilt why they forget or what the problem is,
That's so
but it
true.
is hurtful. I am 61 and it still come back to me sometimes very painful. I told
I'm
nobody
in my 50s.
until I was in my 40s, and for 3 years I went through it with an uncle. And I asked other female in my family, no, only to find out a couple years ago one of my cousin was younger than me for many more years than I had to go through. And my uncle denied, but he told the father last week, oh, you were not taking care of your child, so I get my payback. I was sending her to school, so that was his payback.
Wow.
So
Oh,
be strong, my dear. A lot of us go through it. I did. Be strong. I know you're hurting. I feel your pain, and I'm having headache from you started, and I hear the story. It bring back everything from 13 years old, 11 to 13, and I'm telling you, I'm 61. So you are not the only one. A lot of people go through it, but be strong in the Lord.
All right, Carla. Thank
Have
you
a
so
good night.
much.
Thank
thank
you,
I
you.
appreciate you
Unstoppable, for your
calling.
platform.
Much love. Thank you.
Thank
All right, Sean, you're live, brother. Talk away.
Oh, go on, oh, go on. Good
Everything
evening.
good.
We can't actually catch you today. Good evening, caller. Good evening, on top of a family. Like
Amen.
Derek said earlier, we're noticing a trend here. The mothers and the college I just called for them are deny these things. I don't know why. When the kid talk, you run the pitney or you beat the pitney just to say boy something happened. So I don't understand that. Caller, you didn't do anything. Like Derek said, you were but being born and being you. So you know have you it's not your fault. And their day will come when they have to go answer to whatever they answer to. Whoever they're gonna answer to. So you have your child is doing well and everything. You just try focus on your child and you right now and try to see if you can do some some kind of counseling. Um you say your uncle is alive and you thought about asking him about it, but you say, boy, it kind of, and I understand that because it's a lot. But hopefully one day before him leave this earth, you can confront him, you know, and
Mhm.
and hear what he has to say. And remember, you're a big woman now, so him can do you nothing. If you just answer to you whatever questions you have. So and I like say you're a kid anymore. So that's I mean, just try and do some counseling if you can, and try, and take your time and heal because you have made it this far already. You say your child get 7 out of 8 subjects, and that's great. So more greater things are coming. So just be strong, keep moving forward, and you'll be fine. All right.
All right,
Thank
Sean.
you.
Blessings. Thanks for
All right.
calling,
Good
buddy.
night, everybody. Good night. All right.
All right, brother. All right, let's take another call. Caller, you're live. Go right ahead. Hello? All right, the person is on the line, but we're not hearing. All right. Now, caller, listen. Everyone so
Yeah.
far said that it's not your fault, and they are right, right? Now, let me tell you something. This all started from your mother. That's where this started from. Your mother is the reason everything
Yeah.
that happened to you happened. Because had she not abandoned you from the beginning, because you said she left you about 1 month or somewhere there?
Yeah.
Had she not abandoned you from the beginning turn her back on you when she was supposed to be the protector in your life, which is what a mother is supposed to be, the one who's supposed to be there for you, and then she came back in your life even after abandoning you, came back and then basically still neglected you just the same. So she basically put you out to all these predators, and I sat here and heard you mention that you still communicate with this uncle. That's not something I would do, Carla, because that person stole your innocence. That I'm not saying you should hate him.
That's what I was thinking all along. I said, he's so nice to me now still.
It's guilt.
Why?
It's guilt. That's
Why?
what that is. That's guilt. He feels guilty, so him feel like he might try to be nice to you as if that can make up for what he did. That's all that is. He's guilty.
I wanted to ask him, but I just said, you know what? Let me leave it alone. Let me put it all behind me.
Right, but I think you should also leave him alone. Don't be communicating with this person, because he is a part of the reason why you're damaged. He's a part of the reason. Him along with your brother, they are the reason you're damaged. So communicating with him is not going to
I don't go
help.
to my brother. You don't know why I don't communicate with my brother.
Mm-hmm. Well, the
So
uncle
I don't go back there from I
should
leave
be
there
the
and go
very
back
same
one
way.
time.
The uncle should be the very same. That should be the same for the uncle.
But the children look up to me to me as their loving aunt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would advise
we
you to try and seek some counseling, though, because we can all hear that you're still hurting from this situation, and you need to at least try to make an attempt to seek some counseling to get some form of help for this.
And all along growing up, nobody never seek to say, okay, let me send her to school to get an education. My father didn't do anything. When my father died, no, when I leave that place and go to another parish, I do a little job, so I bought him a she said, I remember, and I took it to him, and he cried, and he said, no, you should not have done that because I've never supported you. But my grandmother told me, they said, when I get big in life, I should give him whatever I have because whatever happened wasn't his fault. I remember my grandmother's words. So that's why sometimes I wanted to hate him, sometimes I'm not. When he took sick, I didn't know. I know when they tell me when he died. I don't know why, but I cried. I missed my dad. We didn't have that relationship, but when I get big, he will give me anything that he plans and something. So, me no know, me dey love him. Me no know if it's true. My mother say, oh, you favor your damn papa. Every time me see you, me can't be if you look on you, cause how you favor your papa. That was her word and how she hate him. Yeah, she did hate my father bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. And through that, she hated me too.
Carl, I'm going to wrap up by
My
saying
father
this.
died.
I'm going to wrap up
Yeah.
by saying just don't blame yourself. You, as most of the callers mentioned earlier, you keep asking what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong. All right. So you don't need to blame yourself. You don't need to be feeling like you're the one who's at fault. All right. Start convincing yourself of that you are not the one that did anything wrong. You need to start with
Okay.
that. All right.
Yeah.
You can
And thank you very much.
you're most welcome, and thank you for
Thank you.
building the courage to share with us tonight, because I know it
I,
wasn't easy.
when you popped up on my phone, Unstoppable, I said, what is it about? And I click on it and I watch it. And I start to watch every night. So I subscribed to it, but the program was gone long time ago because I started watching about 2 weeks ago. And that night after I finished watch the show, I text you and I said I have a story I need to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for reaching out to me. God bless and keep you.
Thank you. And you can reach out to me
Continue the
anytime as
good
well.
work you're doing. Okay, yes, man. I will keep you updated.
All right. Thank you again, and have a blessed
Okay.
night. Okay.
Thank you, callers. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Much love.
Good night.
All right, Unstoppable family. Tonight's program was a truly touching and sad one. You know, I want to thank everyone who actually called in tonight and gave the caller a word, because, like I keep saying, sometimes that's all people really need in us. So just to know that there will be persons who will listen and not judge, persons who will listen and not ridicule. Sometimes that's what people need, and that's what we're here for. That's what we provide on this platform. And not, I'm not even talking about me, I'm talking about you, the listeners who call in and give a positive word. So thanks to everyone who actually chose to dial in tonight and say a few words to tonight's guest. As she mentioned, other than speaking with me before tonight's show, this is the first time she's talking about this situation. And like you heard, she said she's over 50. And this happened to her when she was a child. And she is not alone in this situation. You've heard many other stories on this platform. Many other stories on this platform where persons share similar experiences to the one shared tonight. And there are many others out there who is trying to build up the courage to open up and start talking about it. And if you're out there and you're listening and you're one of those persons who is saying, I'm not strong enough to talk about this, just know that you are, because that's where it begins. By talking about it. Don't keep it buried inside anymore. If only I could tell you how this caller tonight was nervous. She was like, Unstoppable, I don't think I could do this. Even prior to the show starting, she said, Unstoppable, I don't think I could do this. I think I'm going to break down. And I said, you'll be all right. If you need to take a break, you could take a break. Last night, she and I had a conversation, and she was so doubtful, wondering if she'd be able to talk about it again. She said, Unstoppable, am I going to have to do it all over again on the show? And I said, unfortunately, yes. But the more you talk about it, is the stronger you will get. So if you're out there right now and you have a situation that happened to you and you have an experience that you want to share, you can always feel free to send me a message to 754-317-5747 via WhatsApp, and just simply say, Unstoppable, I have a story that I want to share. And I keep saying it all the time. I'm never going to stop saying it. I hate calling it a story, because it's not a story. story is just the easier way to put it, but it's your experience. It's something that you went through. And the reason why I like to call it an experience is because with an experience, you learn something from it. And everyone that shares on this platform, they learn something from their experiences, you know. Though it may be painful, though they may hurt, but everyone learns something from their experiences. All right? So the number again, 754-317-5747. I've got a few shows lined up for the next couple of weeks, Unstoppable Family, which when I tell you we have some cheerful ones, we have some that's going to make you laugh in between the sharing, and we also have some that's going to have you sad like tonight's program had you. Sometimes people ask me, Unstoppable, how is it that you do how is it that you do this? How is it that you listen to these things and it doesn't take a toll on you? Let's just say that God is keeping me strong to be able to listen to these things. Unstoppable Family, we're at the end of the program right now. I wish I could have do some march out tonight, but honestly, I think we're going to leave the march out for Friday. Friday night's show may be a little bit more cheerful show where I can be nice and perky at the end to do the march out. But I'm going to end by saying thanks to every single person that came out tonight to support the platform. Thanks to every person that shared out the show. And to everyone that's new here, welcome to the family. I'll see you all on Friday night for another awesome Unstoppable Live program. And always remember, no matter what you go through, you're unstoppable.
See the music, 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 way, see the music, way, move your waistline, way, move your shoulder.